Look,
but what about the temperament attack that they are now hitting again and again and again?
Well, that's their attack, but you want to talk about temperament. I mean, all you have to do is look at Hillary Clinton. I mean, you can look at Hillary Clinton's temperament. You can look how she's used her position from way before, whether it was when Bill Clinton was Attorney General, when he was governor, when she was First Lady, when she was Senator, when she was Secretary of State. At every single level, she's used her positions to either gain wealth or get ahead on the back of the taxpayers. Donald Trump is a guy who's built his fortune by himself through business. I mean, he did it the American way. Hillary Clinton has made a fortune off of what? Off of serving the American people? The question is not what Donald Trump's tax return says. The question is, how is it that Hillary Clinton, who has apparently been in public service for 30 years, made $200 million? How's that possible?
All right, President Obama referenced it in the last interview, wrote an op-ed saying, in the city of self-inflicted wounds, this, talking about the Merrick Garland holdup, is one of the more dangerous, less defensible than most. 202 days since I nominated Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court. On countless priorities, he writes, issues that matter to people across the country, regardless of their politics, Republicans in Washington have traded progress for partisanship. Their obstruction underscores a fundamental misunderstanding of the way our government should work. Your response?
My response is when President Obama had full reign over the House and the Senate, they passed a massive stimulus package that totally failed and drove up the national debt and the deficit. He passed Obamacare, which is failing all over the country. Thank God Mitch McConnell, Paul Ryan, and Speaker Boehner came in to stop that agenda. But I would say this, when it came to Keystone Pipeline, he blocked it. When it came to overhauling Obamacare, he blocked it. You know, for the first time in 10 years, Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell passed the first bicameral budget bill in 2015 in over 10 years. The only person that's incapable of bringing people together in Washington, D.C. is President Obama and his cohort, Hillary Clinton. That's what this election is all about.
Vice President Biden today jumped on something that Donald Trump said about PTSD last night. The Trump campaign has been clear that they said the person who asked it was satisfied with the response, but here's Vice President Biden today.
Then he points out to the veterans room and says, and you're strong, you can handle it. But a lot of people can't handle it. Where in the hell is he from? No. This is deadly earnest. I don't think he was trying to be mean. He is just so thoroughly, completely uninformed.
What about that?
Well, look, if you listen to his entire statement, it was very compassionate. He talked to the generals that were in the room. They totally disagreed with that characterization. I think people like Joe Biden and Obama and Hillary Clinton should really ask the question why these vets aren't taken care of when they come back on their watch. They're waiting in lines at VAs across the country, in some cases dying, and they didn't do a thing about it. So Joe Biden, if he's mad, he ought to look in the mirror and ask himself why after his entire career, 8 years as vice president, he didn't do a darn thing about it. It's on his watch, not on Donald Trump. He's the private citizen. They're the ones that were in the position to